Okay mga kamats, mga kaibigan, welcome back to another content. And for this video, pag-uusapan po natin yung naging decision ng LTO. Dadahan-dahanin natin kasi napapansin ko marami pong mga vloggers ang nagpapakalat ng misinformation about dito kay Yana. Una, wala siyang, kailangan muna nating paintindihin kung ano yung difference ng subpoena at saka ng show cause order, okay? Kasi dito, ang subpoena kasi kailangan humarap nung tao doon sa korte. Okay, or doon sa government agency na nagpapa-explain sa kanya nung actions niya because he or she did something na hindi kaaya-aya. So, wala po siyang warrant of arrest na natanggap. Mali po 'yon, fake news po 'yon. Yung ang nakuha niya is yung show cause order na tinatawag. So, a government agency na may administrative function katulad ng LTO or in my case PRC can actually send me a show cause order explaining my actions given an issue na pending sa kanila. So in this case, walang subpoena si Yana. Meron siya yung show cause order na tinatawag. So ang nangyari diyan, imbis na humarap si Yana, ina ako ng ina. Si Yana ang humarap ay yung kanyang attorney na si Attorney Ace Horado kasi a person can actually hire a lawyer para i-represent siya, especially in situation na kailangan marunong ka sa batas. So medyo mahaba itong issue na to kasi gusto ko mapakita sa inyo kung ano yung consequence ng actions natin. Kasi alam nyo mga lods, madali lang kasing humanap ng buzzwords dito sa social media. You can talk about hustle, loyalty, respect, or ano man, or maging holier than thou ka, or you can actually say you can say na yung ginagawa mo is for awareness and all of this, pero what matters most is yung accountability, and that is what LTO is trying to show us dito. Okay, so ano muna yung parusa sa kanya kasi according to LTO, he was found guilty. Okay, sinuspend yung driver's license niya and pinag-fine siya. Okay, may kulong ba to? Wala. Okay, pero I asked some of my lawyers, depende yan sa LTO if they want to file a case kay Yana. Kaso nga lang yung pag-file ng case kasi dito, mababa lang kasi yung penalty. So minsan yung LTO hindi na sila nagfa-file ng case. Yung criminal case niya, if ever there is a criminal case, ang magfa-file niyan ay yung lalaking nakaalitan niya, si Kuya, what is the name of si Kuya, yung niya, dirty finger niya, yung binad finger niya. So si Kuya yung magfa-file ng criminal case. Now, bago natin pag-usapan yung fine, tong part na to, let's talk about first the criminal case para hindi kayo malito mga kamats, mga kaibigan. So, ang mga korte natin ang nag-hear ng criminal case. Pero a criminal case cannot move forward unless merong complainant. Okay? In my case, halimbawa ako, I filed a complaint against certain people, di ba? So, ako yung complainant doon, tapos nagpadala ang korte ng subpoena to let yung aking kinomplainan to explain his side of the story kasi mas yung ganun kasi yung korte, they will hear both sides of your case, tapos they will decide based on your the evidence na dinala mo. Okay, so explain lang natin dahan-dahan. Halimbawa, kinasuhan siya ni Kuya, yung hindi LTO kasi yung LTO na yan, mamaya na yung decision nila. Halimbawa, kinasuhan siya nung binad finger niya si Kuya. Ang unang gagawin ni Kuya is he will file a complaint on the prosecutor level muna, or the prosecutor's office. Okay, pagka-file niyang ganon, papadalan siya ng subpoena. Dito kailangan niyang humarap in person. Hindi na pwede yung dito sa kagaya sa LTO na abogado lang yung pinaharap niya. Kasi nga it's just a show cause order. That's the big difference doon, mga kamatis, mga kaibigan. So sa subpoena, pinaharap si Yana, tapos pagharap ni Yana, pagka sinabi na siya, doon na mag-i-start yung proseso, yung due process na tinatawag. Okay? So medyo complicated 'yon, hindi 'yon madaling intindihin. Tapos pag nanalo si Yana sa prosecutor level, ibig sabihin nun, yung kaso niya is dismissed. Pero pag nanalo siya, aakyat yon sa korte. Doon na yung may parusang kulong or fine, depende yon sa ikakaso sa kanya nung taong inabala niya kasi nga naabala dito si kuya eh. So that is the criminal case na hindi pa nangyayari, or kung hindi man mangyari, that's good for Yana. At least makakapag-isip siya ng mga ways para siguro mas maging accountable next time around, 'di ba? Kasi yun yung kulang sa kanya, kailangan kalmado ka lang. So, bumalik ngayon tayo sa LTO para maliwanag, ha? Ang LTO, meron silang dalawang pinataw kay Yana. Una muna yung fine, okay? Sa fine, fine siya ng 5,000 for using motorcycle without side mirror and another for reckless driving. Now, meron dito, pumunta po kayo sa channel ni Fiscal EJ and meron siyang discussion dito about sa reckless driving and how reckless driving according to him is a crime. Pero hindi ko lang alam kung ang magfa-file niyan is ang LTO o kung they have the capability to do that. Might as well watch nyo kay Fiscal EJ yan. So, as far as LTO is concerned, their administrative work is to fine Yana 7,000 pesos in total for 2 violations she committed. Okay? Tuloy natin. And one more thing is her license was also suspended until such a time that she complied with the order of the LTO to surrender the motorcycle she used during the viral road rage incident which she admitted to be not hers. Okay? Kasi nga yung motor hindi daw sa kanya, kay Boss Carl yata yun to what I gather. So si Boss Carl yung kailangan magharap ng motor kay doon sa LTO, or I'm not sure kung i-impound nila yon, kung may kaukulang fine yan, pero hindi kasi kay Yana yon. Okay, so pinapa-impound yata ito ng LTO pero wala sa kanya. Okay, so susunod yan, tuloy natin dito. The video along with her letter of apology over the incident and affidavit submitted by the pickup driver became solid pieces of evidence that led to the decision filing her guilty over the incident. Okay? So again guys, hindi sila korte ha. They are a administrative body governing traffic only. So, yun lang yung pwede nilang hatulan kay Yana. Hindi nila pwedeng ikulong si Yana. Ang pwede lang nilang gawin is to suspend the license. Maliwanag yan ha. Ito, Yana was charged with reckless driving, operating a motor without side mirrors, and yun, kinasuhan din siya nito. So, this would be heard in court. Kasi nga, as I've said, reckless driving is a crime. Okay, yan yung intindi ko dun sa vlog ni Fiscal EJ. Okay. It stated that Yana Motovlog was found guilty on the first offense but was absolved in the third case since she is not the registered owner of the motorcycle. So I believe na merong liability rito yung kung sino man yung nagpahiram. If I'm understanding it correctly, kay Boss Carl yata yun. Pero baka mali ako, i-correct nyo ako dyan sa comment section. Okay, the decision also castigated Yana for her refusal to appear to the investigation and failure to surrender the motorcycle if she ordered to do so. Kasi ang korte, kapag hindi ka uma-attend sa mga hearing mo, may kaso yun. Sa kanila, kinastigo lang nila. They took note of it and they castigated her for her actions. Okay? Ito, sabi ng LTO, this non-compliance not only violates the instruction mandated by this office but also demonstrate outright disrespect for established legal procedures and regulatory enforcement. And the failure to appear as ordered underscores a lack of regard for due process, accountability. Yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, kahit hassle, loyalty, respect yan, walang kwenta yan. Basta wala kang accountability and the authority vested in this office. So, again, na-offend yung LTO because of her not showing herself. Siguro it's a legal strategy na rin ng part nila Yana kasi gusto nilang i-quell yung anger ng tao. Kasi pag gumaharap si Yana, nagagalit yung tao. Nagpo-post si Yana, nagagalit yung tao. As of this writing, mga kamatis, mga kaibigan, I am not sure kung nag-deactivate ba siya or na-take down yung page niya. Pero hindi na kasi siya mahanap eh. Hindi siya mahanap ng dito sa Facebook. Pero I'm not sure kung ano yung ginagawa niya. Okay, by refusing to present the registered owner in the motorcycle for inspection, the concerned party has obstructed investigation proceeding, delayed efforts to establish responsibility, and undermined the integrity of the enforcement measures. Ayun lang. Eto na, eto yung pinaka sa tingin kong kicker nitong yung setting the example ng LTO. Basahin natin kasi very important to as lalong-lalo na doon sa mga kapwa motovloggers ni Yana. As a motor vlogger and content creator, she holds a heightened responsibility to set positive example for her audience. Tandaan natin kasi every time na magpo-post tayo, merong publishing aspect yan. So we have to be more careful with the words that we say. Kasi if you're not, ayan, may mga problemang ganyan. Minsan, nagkakaroon ka pa ng criminal case. For example, you can be charged for libel or sa case ni Ana, kung i-filean siya nung tao, baka cybercrime yun, di ba? Kasi nga, minura niya, tapos pinublish niya. So, but we don't know yet kasi hindi pa naman natin alam kung nag-prosper na yung case ni Kuya na nakaaway niya. Instead, her reckless overtaking maneuver executed on the right side of a Nissan Navara without signals on a hazardous road with poor visibility, directly contradicting the safe riding principle she should be promoting. Given her influence within the motorcycle community, such behavior risk normalizing dangerous practices among her followers. Yon. So basically etong paragraph na to hanggang dito, yung naging decision nila is they want to set an example of accountability kay Yana. Of course, ayan na nga, nakita nyo na finine si Yana. Although, yung fine dito, since siguro naman maraming pera si Yana, is almost a slap on the wrist. Pero yung hassle of being, na hindi ka makakapagmaneho until such a time na mag-comply ka sa lahat ng utos ng LTO, is such a hassle, di ba? Kailan niya makukuha uli yung kanyang lisensya, hindi natin alam until she complies fully, di ba? Maybe kailangan humarap siya, and then that's another media circle na circus na naman, di ba? Kaming mga content creator probably will talk about her. So ano ang pinaka-moral dito, mga kamatis, mga kaibigan? Kung be more responsible with your actions, and of course if you made a mistake, be more accountable. Yun lang yun eh. Yun lang talaga yun eh. And wag rin tayo magpadala sa init ng ulo eh. Kasi this is such an unavoidable mistake if we practice yung be careful what we post, and number 2 is we take accountability for our actions, diba? Kasi yun eh. Yun talaga yun eh. So good luck kay Yana. Sana matapos na yan kasi alam ko nakaka-stress yan. And hindi naman kasing madaling, to be in the middle of all of this, diba? Yun lang naman yung sa akin for today, Gege, mga lods.